Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. This is my first time streaming since moving into my new house with my new art studio room. And I'm trying a few new things because of that. First I'm going to try and look at the live comments, that's what I'm trying to say. The live comments on my phone, because the way I have my workspace set up, it's hard to see my secondary monitor. And I could probably figure it out eventually, but for today I just wanted to get back into live streaming, get back into the habit. So I'm going to use my phone for the chat, and I guess I'll check every once in a while and make sure the stream's going alright, because I have a reference image up on my main screen. And for my birthday I got an arm. Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain it right, but it's an arm to hold my walk-home tablet, like, up off the computer, so I can, like, off the desk, so I can, like, move it around, and I can pull it towards me, and I can tilt it this way and that, and I can spin it or whatever. So it's awesome, because what I did was I bought two plain old, like, tables off of Amazon and put them next to one another. So this is my physical media workspace, and then next door is my computer, which I do, you know, digital media stuff, but also regular computer stuff. So I have got the tablet, which is also my main monitor, pulled way over here so that I can see it from this desk very easily, like it's just looking right at me. So what I'm going to work on today, it's Friday, so that means it's Chibi Friday. And I have not done my May Patreon contest Chibi reward yet. What that means is all of my Patreon supporters at the $5 level and above get entered into a contest every month. And whoever wins a Chibi drawing of whatever they want. It could be a drawing of them, it could be a drawing of their pet, of their favorite character. What I'm doing this time for the winner this month is one of her webcomic characters. And she sent me a whole bunch of images to choose from. And I picked this one. It's actually one of the comic pages. And it just makes me laugh. It's the character called Hunter. And he's got long green hair and like tan skin. And he's like super excited to go take a shower. And he says, "It's naked time." And he's just wearing nothing but his like boxer briefs. So I thought that would be really fun to draw. And it's a nice pose for a chibi because it's not too complicated between the body and the head. Interactions between the body and the head. That always makes it really tough for chibis, because the chibi that I draw is always a huge, huge head. So I'm going to get started on it now. Let's always start with big head, big circle for the head. Always takes up almost half of the page. And then his little body. I'm going to switch over real quick. With setting my computer back up, I also had to set up my OBS from scratch. And I tried some new settings, but yeah, it looks like it's still pretty hard to see the graphite from the sketch. Oh well. You'll be able to see it better once I get to more detailed lines, and then of course when the ink shows up. I did do a test, like I put a few different drawings on here to see what it would look like. I put a colored drawing and a pencil drawing and everything. But yeah, this pencil is just so, the lead is so hard. And that's why I pick it. But it's so hard that it makes extremely light lines. It makes it hard to view on the camera. But that's the whole reason I pick it for these drawings, so that it doesn't leave a lot left, because I'm not going to have any graphite left when I'm done with this. So I'm drawing his limbs now. Sort of like just holding his arms out to the side, all happy. He's kind of looking straight at the viewer. It's a little sideways. There. Okay, now I've got the most basic stuff, so... Let's see, he's gonna... Okay, I'm doing a chibi. But he's also got a pretty well-defined jawline, like it's pretty pointy. It's not round or square. So I'm gonna kind of get that. But also chibis are just round, so it's gonna be rounded a bit just because of that. And you can't really see his ears in this picture, so I'm not gonna bother drawing those because he's got these big long bangs. He's kind of got Sephiroth hair, but it's green and it's not that long. Alright, and then see, this is the middle of his face. Do his hairline right here. Doesn't particularly seem to have a widow's peak, so I'm just going to do it mostly straight across. But it lifts up, the hair lifts up. I'm going to exaggerate the bangs a bit to match with his open arms and his open pose. I'm going to make his hair kind of open too. Make him kind of flying out like he did some sort of motion that made his hair whip out. Like he jumped up maybe or something like that. He's so happy. It's naked time. That means it's shower time in his lingo. Make this one come out too. Nice energetic hair too. So for this chibi reward, I'll draw anything pretty much as long as it can have a reference image. That's what I need in order to make it happen. Because if I try to do a character that, say someone just wants to describe their character in words, and they don't have any reference images yet, or they only have like, well, it has hair like this person, and it has clothes like this person, and it's like 5 different reference images. Just from my experience with commissions like that in the past, it would take too long for what I'm offering with this reward. So all of these chibis like this that I'm drawing are based on complete reference images, so that I can get it done in a couple hours. Maybe a little less right there. So I've found that it can take 3 or 4 times as long when I have to come up with something from scratch, because often the reference images don't match one another. So even if there's technically a reference image for everything, it's not like the poses in each reference image are the same. So then I have to be like, oh, well, if it's wearing this kind of outfit, what would it look like from this angle? So I'm doing a lot of stuff from imagination, which just takes longer. So doing a character from a webcomic is great because there's tons of reference images because it's a comic, as opposed to say like a novel or something. I'm gonna get rid of this line too. Ah, little eraser shavings. I don't like it when they get on my hand. Okay. The top of his head comes out like this, just kind of round, like the hair's brushed straight back. I don't see a part in it, so it must be that it's brushed straight back over his head. And his hair comes kind of down like this. You don't really see it until his head's so big it's gonna have to come out farther down than it does in this reference picture. So pretty. I've always loved male characters with long hair. I've been a fan of this webcomic since my friend started it. I don't remember how long ago that was. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember I drew tons of fan art for it, and there was like contests, and I always entered the fan art contest and stuff. I can't remember for sure, but I feel like this character, Hunter, was my favorite one out of the ones that I was introduced to. Okay, I'm gonna make these a little thinner. And how about this one too? I didn't have time to redo my audio settings, so don't be surprised if you're hearing like that chirping noise that happens because of my... For some reason, it records my computer fans, which to me sound like a lovely, gentle, calm hum. For some reason, when it's recorded by this web camera, it was like this beep, beep, beep. It's like there's no beep, beep happening here. But I didn't have time to go look up my settings again because I had to do a lot of fine-tuning to get rid of that. And I also didn't have time to like turn down the... Gosh, I can't even remember what it's called. I'm no expert. No expert with this stuff. But it was a setting to help turn down background noise. So if you're hearing like all the birds outside and everything, that's why. Though who knows, I don't know if my settings will prevent the birds from being recorded. It's just so nice outside. I had to open my window. I love that we now live in a place that has tons and tons and tons of birds. It's just so lovely. See about doing something here that I've always liked. I don't know. Maybe if I do it here too. Always like that sort of Art Nouveau Alphonse Mucha thing, where it's showing splits in the hair where it's coming apart, but anywhere where it's touching, even if it's a layer, it's drawn as just one piece. Okay, that's good enough. I'm spending so much time on the hair. I just love this long hair. Okay. So, got all the hair pretty much. Now, so let's do the body. He's pretty muscular. So I'm gonna get little chibi muscles going here. Of course, the muscles kind of not really mattering once I get down to the feet. That's where I always really simplify it. Try to give a hint of more muscular legs by drawing the boxer briefs, I assume they are, with an upward curve. I don't know if I've ever drawn like a mostly naked male chibi before. And the arms are like the legs where they get more simplified. I think the middle is ending up over here a little bit. Alright. I think I need to bring this side of the body out. I'm going to see if this is showing up better now. I've got some darker lines on here. Yeah, it's showing up better. Yay! Okay, I want these two sides of his body to match more. So like his shoulder on this side is outside of this line of his pec. But on this side it was, let me chin come down a little bit more. On this side it was on inside of his pec, so it was like too far in. And he needs his little arms to come out farther. I need my smaller eraser. I don't know if my head is like getting under the camera. Hopefully not. I couldn't find what I normally use to raise my camera up, which is a stack of 3 things of cellophane tape. Now I have 2 small paint cans. So it's actually better because it's taller than it was before. So there's more room for, because the farther you bring the camera away, the more you can see. So in the end, it was a good thing that I could not find my stack of tape. Let's see. Okay. Because of his chibi head, I don't think you'll see his clavicles. I don't want to bring too much detail in here because there's no reason to bring attention to that part of his body, like his chin and stuff. I'm not liking his pecs. I'm gonna maybe simplify it or something. Okay, I think this pec needs to come down now. Expanded the other part, but this is like bothering me. It needs to come down farther. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's better. I'm just gonna put that one single line instead of so much detail like I had before. Got his nice abs. He's got some abs. Just put a little line there. So he's got these lines here for his lower abs, maybe a couple lines here to show his upper abs. Okay. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the chibi muscles. Nope. Nope, nope. No detail on the arms. Just not enough room. They're just gonna have to be good enough with the outline part. I'm gonna get the outline good for the legs to show off some muscular legs. Okay, I think I got everything else. I like to save the face for last because, of course, the face is the funnest part to do. First, I'm just going to draw some circles to show where the eye sockets should be. So it's going to look creepy for a little while. It looks like one of those psycho anime characters. Okay, he's like super happy. His mouth is like all big and happy. So I'm gonna make it extra big for his chibi. His chibi form. Yay! Little extra upturned corners. Happy, happy. His tongue in there, visible because he's just so happy. I think that's good. Where's this? This is right here. This is right. So this side. Yeah, this side needs to come a little bit farther over. I'm measuring. So this corner is right in the middle of the eye. And also from this corner to this piece of hair. I want it to be pretty symmetrical. So I'm going to make sure to bring it so that they're even. Okay, time to draw the eyes. Since he's so happy, his cheeks would be pushing up into his eyes and making it go up ways. So the bottom of his eye is going to have an upward arc. Since it's a chibi, he's going to have a huge iris. It's going to take up most of his eye. Need to clean this up bit. Try to get these even. So this one's up a little bit more than that one. Oh, I meant to get my markers out over here. I'll have to do that later when I get to the marker stage. Last time when I drew something like this on this desk with my new setup, or I decided to keep my markers in the closet where they're stored and just go get the marker as I needed it, like whatever color I needed, but that ended up being really annoying, so I just want to get them out and then put them away. But I forgot to get them out this time. It's pretty close. This one's too tall and not wide enough either. Shouldn't come any higher than this. Should start right here and start over here, so it's really huge. Really huge. Oh yeah, that's more like it. Now, another thing, Chibis, huge people. I don't know why huge pupils make things cuter. My cat had to get his teeth cleaned and had some extractions. So right now his eyes are just like, they're just like this. His pupils are huge all the time because he's on drugs. And it's just adorable. It's just so cute with the huge pupils. And he just looks at you and it's just so cute, you can't stand it. Alright, excellent. Now, do the shine. Let's do a big shine right here. On each eye. Make the light source come from this side. So the shine on the eye is going to help indicate that to me as I color. Oh, not done yet though. So let's see, here's his eyebrows. Since he's so happy, the eyebrows should be up and arched just like everything else. It looks so excited. Okay, we can do this one the same. So happy, so happy. I don't feel like the arch. They're not quite the same. This one needs to go. This one needs to arch a little higher. I think the start and end point is fine, but it just needs a more slightly, I don't want to use the word extreme. I don't know how to explain it. Needs to go higher in the middle. Just needs to arch higher. did it too high. Blast it. Blast it. Okay, one last try. Whatever happens is what I'm doing. Either third time's the charm or third time is the limit. Either way, this is the last one I'm drawing. Oh, I think it's getting cloudier outside. Felt like it got darker. Another thing that's great about my new art studio setup is that I also bought more lamps. Well, it's actually just one lamp, but it has 5 lamp heads on it, I guess. And then of course there's the normal light right in the middle of the room. And then I've got my 2 lamps that I've always used here. And then I've got this nice big window to my left. So it's nice and bright in here. It's really great. It's really great for working. I just love hearing all the birds. I kind of hope you can hear them, because it's like energizing and relaxing at the same time. Okay. So I think that's good. What else? Inking time. So I'm done with my pencil. Trusty 3H. With the last chibi I did for this project, I call it a project, but it's my Patreon rewards. It's like an ongoing project. I decided to use this Coco Ito letter pen, and I tested it before, so I know it's marker safe. And it's pretty great because I can get a wide variety of lines that's appropriate for the size of these drawings. So if I was doing something way bigger, I'd probably want another pen in addition to this. But with this, it has a small brush tip, so I'm able to basically ink the whole thing using only this. So I'm not spending time capping and recapping and searching for different sizes and stuff. I did last time use, I believe, this ink marker to do the outside line. But last time I waited, I didn't think of it until I was done with all the coloring, and I think that was for the best, because then colored pencil and other lines that, other colors and media that would cover these lines up, they got covered up instead. So it was an extra bold line just because of that. Trying to check and make sure my stream is still doing good. Switch my tab. It looks good. Okay, back to normal. Hello, Ine Panda. Ine Panda? Ina Panda? Yep, brush tips are the best. They're so good. I love that we're getting all these Japanese brush pens and stuff in the US. It seems like I get one from my Art Snacks box subscription like every couple months. So I'm like, I am set. I have so many options. This one's particularly cool though, because you can change this part. You can switch it out for whatever you want. They've got all kinds of different ones you can choose. Ball tip or different colors, whatever. Yeah, it's so good. These little tiny lines come from the same nib. That's probably good. Okay. The vet is calling, probably to check on Kiba, make sure he's doing well after his dental. I'll have to call them back after I'm done with this stream. Because he is doing fine, so there's no need to rush and call them back. Beep. Little tiny muscle arms. Little tiny. Trying to do this in different sections so that it has time to dry, so that I don't accidentally like smudge it or something. Muscle legs. Since I've personally been getting more muscular, I still have a good amount of fat on top of it. But I've just been understanding muscular anatomy so much better. Just because I can see it on myself now. I'm like, oh, so that's how those are supposed to go. I didn't realize that getting in better shape would be convenient for my artwork. Okay. I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna put my hand on that part of the hair that I just did. So happy. Should come out a little bit. Yep. Oh, the sun came out. Seemed like it was darker, but then the sun came out. Okay. I was considering putting a little bit of tips of hair in between his legs, but I think it would be obstructive, or it would be confusing about what the heck is happening around here. And just leave it. Happy mouth, so happy. Yay! What? Okay. Oh, does this look dry? I think it's okay. going to do some hatching. Or the pupil. I learned that in a how to draw manga series book. It's more interesting if you don't just fill the pupils in. I mean, if it's close enough up like this. I mean, if it's far away, just fill them in with black. If the character is far away from the viewer. But ever since I learned that, I try to remember to do it, because it does make it more interesting, at least when you're looking at it in person, and you can see the difference between ink and the marker or whatever else was used to color these in. Now, so in this reference image, there are lines indicating individual hairs, but they're all done with, it looks like it's colored with colored pencils. They're not done with ink. So I think I'm going to do the same with this one. And I'll use colored pencils to do those details on the hair. I think that's good for the ink. So I'm going to wait until very last to do the outline with this. In fact, just look. This is the first one I did. Did this last week. So it's harder to tell because her hair is black, but I did this heavier outline. This one, I believe, maybe it wasn't this one, but at least I have this to use as reference. Okay, get that out. Now it's time to erase. Start on the outside so that the ink has every chance to dry before I erase it. I don't know if you can hear that. Some kitty wants to come into my art room. I have the door closed because I don't want them getting on my stuff and getting their hairs on it, getting their claws into it. And I have a plant in here, and it will get destroyed if I let the cats in. Okay, now start erasing the actual character. I always like to start with a big eraser and then move down to a smaller eraser to get those final little bits of graphite. Get all those eraser bits. I don't like it when they stick to my hand. Okay, now to get some little whatever I left. Whatever I wasn't able to get with the big one. It's important to me to get this graphite as cleaned up as possible at this stage, because once you cover it up with marker, it's basically impossible to erase. I think the marker sort of cements it to the page, binds it to the page. That's why I'm so particular right now, because sometimes I've found that the marker actually brings out any if you have a leftover line of graphite and then you put the marker over it, and you can see it more than you could before. That just taught me, I guess. It taught me to be more diligent. Line erasing. Alright, I think that's pretty good. Now, I want to use this fat marker here to give him darker top eyelash lines. Even it out with this thing. Give it a nice taper. This thing, this pen. I don't know why I said that. Because it's a weird pen. It doesn't look like a pen. It doesn't look like a traditional pen, I guess. This thing. A few little feathery lines to show that he does have, as a human being, he has eyelashes. Even if he's more stylized. There. Yay! Now I'm not so sure that this is what I used last time to outline. I think I probably used this graphic one. Where are you? See, this is why I prefer the brush pens now, these days. So I'm not having to search around for the size I'm looking for. Where the heck is it? Graphic 1, here it is. Keep that out for later so I don't forget. Hopefully I don't forget. Hopefully I'm not like, why did I leave this out, and just put it away. Okay. I'll clip him down now. Clip you down, Hunter. Clip you down. So I think we'll look at this. I think I'm gonna have to be really careful around these. So I bet the ink will smudge just because there's so much ink. Alright. Just give me a second, I'm gonna get my markers out. there. Make them a little more angled towards me. Check my video real quick. Yep, looks good, looks good. Okay, reference image. Okay, I'll start with his skin first. He's got tan skin. Aha! I'm so happy. Another good thing about moving finally into a new place is I was able to unpack this color swatch book. I hadn't been able to use it for, I don't know, 6 months because it got packed away. I was a fool. I was a fool for packing it. This is so much easier to pick what color I want because I get an example of the exact color. I mean, the paper does make a little bit of difference of how the color will look, but overall it's a much more accurate representation than the caps on the pens. So like, let's look at this yellow red 24. Like this is much darker than this. So it comes out much lighter, so like I might skip over this if I was looking for a color like this, because when I look at it I'm like, oh, it's pretty dark. But if I only do one layer, which is what this is, or even a couple layers, it won't be nearly as dark as that one. And some of the other ones are very off. Like, they don't look like they're swatch at all. So this book is so great to have for that reason. I'm looking for nice tan skin tone color, so I'll probably have to go to the E for earth tones section. It's kind of faded looking. Ooh, yeah, this is nice. These are nice. I like this range. Not sure how dark I should go. I mean, these could use these as shadow colors. So maybe, well, let's look at this one and make sure. Yeah, I like this. So let's start with this E31 Brick Beige. Put this bookmarker in behind it so I remember where I am. E31. Let's color that all in as his base color. It's interesting drawing a chibi for someone at this time of year, because in the past I did Anime Oasis Artist Alley. Like, in the past I would be preparing for it right now. Drawing chibis was one of the big things I did during Artist Alley. So it's just giving me, I think it's giving me a feeling of nostalgia to be drawing a chibi around this time of year. Even though this is slightly different, I'm not at a convention. It's nicer. This is nicer than trying to draw a chibi in Artist Alley. So I'm in the comfort of my own studio, my own home. Got my wonderfully comfortable chair to sit in instead of those horrible, horrible convention center chairs that they're horrible no matter what convention center you're at. And I'm under less pressure here, because doing Artist Alley is a lot of pressure at least at a bigger one where you're going to be really busy, because yeah, you might be drawing, but then at least for me, I would also sell stuff. I'd sell my button designs and prints and stuff. And so you have to be ready to interact with your customers. So you have to be, it's like multitasking. It's the most real multitasking I've ever done. Trying to work on a drawing while interacting with people. I'll stay on this side of the marker. Also trying to keep track of money, and because I would always keep track of what I sold and how much I sold it for, etc. That's especially important now because all the conventions in my area have gotten so big or so well known that the state is like, you have to have people do the tax forms if you're going to operate something like that. So now you really need to know how much you sold, or at least how much money you made, because you have to pay taxes on it. But Artist Alley, I don't do it anymore. Just, it's for how much stress it costs. It's not worth it. I don't know, 4 years ago, I think, is when I stopped doing Anime Oasis Artist Alley, and I felt so good. Like, it was so good just to go to Anime Oasis to have fun and not as a job. So even though they've made the Artist Alley selection process less stressful and stuff like that, it's like, for me, it was just too late. Alright, sweet. Keep that out. So the next color, so that was E31. So I suppose $31, $33. I'm debating whether I should go to E33 or E34. They're so close. Like, look at that. They're very, very close. I think I might skip to E34. Oh, I don't know. This I wanted to be the majority of his skin tone. Maybe I'll look at the marker tips. Alright, 33. Well, yeah, in the marker, 34 looks much darker. So I guess I'll go with 33. I mean, look at that. The caps don't look that different. In fact, 34 looks lighter when comparing the caps. Oh well. That's why I always experiment first. If I didn't have this thing, what I was doing was always have a spare piece of paper around so that I can test them out. Alright, so I was going to have the light source coming from this direction. So remember that as the color. There's a lone bird out there tweeting away. Oh, another one. There was another one. Oh, there's another one. This bird song got so quiet. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's so nice. I like it so much. Now let's do a little shadow for his head. His huge head, making a shadow on his body. Whoa! I think that looks good. Yes, yes, I'm glad I chose this color group. In fact, I'm just going to do the whole thing in shadow on this side. Okay, next, E35. I wonder if I should just skip it and go to E37. So look at the actual marker. Let's compare it to what I was just using. Let's give it a try. I'm leaning on my elbow too hard. It's starting to hurt. My poor elbow. It's because I want to be really light with this hand, so I'm leaning hard to the side. think I'm gonna go over it with this first color one more time. Although it looks really good here, it's a little bit splotchy up here. So it will make everything a bit darker, but I think it'll be worth it to get it smoothed out a little bit. You gotta work so fast with markers to get a nice smooth application. Especially on this index paper, it dries super fast. The alcohol dries very fast on it. Now, even though the body is smooth, I want to keep the color the same, so I gotta do the same thing down here. And that's looking a bit smoother. Now, I'll redo some of these shadows. Yeah, looking good. Let's do these last little bits of deep shadow. My stream again, make sure it's looking alright. Yep. Yay! Okay, back to my reference image. Alright. I think his skin is good as far as the markers are concerned. So now, I guess I'll do his little boxer briefs. Let's see. They're basically black. So I think I'll do oh, toner gray looks great. I will just use this toner gray family. Since they're black, I can start pretty dark think I'll start with 5. T5. And it's such a small little part, I won't need too many colors, but it's gotta have as much detail. It's gotta look like it fits in with the rest of the coloring job. Yes. And we'll go to 7. It also helps reinforce the shading from the other areas of the body. And then jump to 9 for the darkest parts. Mostly around the groin area. That's just how it is. Oh man, I should have had my snack. I'm starting to get hungry. Just doing a little bit more of the lighter color to have a better transition between the dark colors and the light color. There. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I don't think I'm going to need the grays again, so I'm actually going to just put these away. Next, it seems like his eyes and his hair are pretty much the same color. Maybe I'll save that to last. I still gotta do his mouth. The eyes and the hair, like, the face is always the funnest part to draw, and the eyes and the hair are always the funnest part to color on an anime-inspired style drawing. Alright, birds are getting crazy noisy again. Person is whistling too. Okay. What the heck is this? Oh. There's something on here. And I was like, what is this? I must have whited this out. Oh, dump truck's over here. Dumping the trash. So noisy. Okay, I think it's done. Anyway, I was like, what the heck is this? I whited out this square. That must mean that they had marked this R01 as a color that's available in my markers, which are the square ones. But it's not, so I forgot about that. Anyway, getting distracted. I want something good for his mouth. This peach looks good. I like that for the main color for the mouth. So let's do that. R32. R32. Peach. See, look at this. This is a really good example. This doesn't look like this. That doesn't look like that at all. But that's why I got this. I've noticed that with all kinds of brands of markers. I think it's just that you can't get... my light turn over this way. You can't get plastic to match what pigment looks like on paper. So you just gotta get the closest thing you can. And I'll do this time this color too. His tongue will probably be catching more light on the inside of his mouth. So, for the inside of his mouth, these are more red. These are warmer. And these are cooler. think it might be good to go to a cooler shade because this is in shadow. So I'm going to try this Red Violet 34 RV 34. Things in shadow tend to look more realistic or more believable, or just better if you choose a cooler color for the shadow. And I think that's because if you're in sunlight and you take a picture of yourself or something, but you're standing in the shade, then your picture ends up all cool toned. And it's because you're in the cool shade. So I think that's why that helps for art. Why that trick works. I'm not sure if I should use this on the tongue though. I guess I will. Just gonna shade it like it's a big mochi in his mouth. And I'll do a little bit more on this to blend it better. Blend the two. My stomach is growling. That looks good. I want an even darker color in the mouth though. I'm going to go back to the warm ones. Let's see. I want an earth tone instead of a red. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for R37. Let's try that one. Put my arms up on my chair so I can scoot in farther. My back's starting to hurt a bit. Even though I've got this great chair, just once I get into doing art, I get into all sorts of postures and I'm not thinking about my posture. Thinking about my drawing. Oh yeah, this was a good choice. Looks good. Looks lovely. Do a little bit more in the back. This is where the mouth keeps going, so it gets darker and darker. Yay! Okay, now we can move on to the hair. It's green. It's what I consider like grass green. I think that's actually a color on here. Yep, look at that. Grass green is a color. I don't know about the yellow green though. I kind of like the regular green better. I like this apple green. So we'll start with the sea green for the lightest hair. So that's a G12. My stomach keeps growling. Hope it's not being picked up by the camera. Yep. Coloring the hair is always the funnest part. The hair and the eyes. I think that's probably why I see a lot of drawings, like on DeviantArt or something, and it's just someone just drew a whole bunch of anime style eyes. No character, no body to put them with. Just the eyes are so fun. Oh, my stomach is so hungry. Hang in there, stomach. Let's do this part first. I like to make these long strokes like this so that if any of the marker is visible, any of the individual strokes are visible at the end, they will help add to the idea that this is strands of hair. So you make strand-like strokes. Okay, sweet. The first color is done. So I was using sea green, so I like that apple green for next one in line. G14. So let's see. This part of his hair should be mostly in shadow. So I'm going to fill that all the way in with this color. Since it's behind him, even if it wouldn't necessarily all be in shadow, I want to give an idea of this hair is definitely behind his body. So putting it all in shadow also visually helps send that message across. So that there's a clear front, you know, it makes it seem more 3D. Because these are in front, then comes his body, and then comes this. So I like to color with that in mind too, not just realism. I guess visual language. And here I'll leave a little bit. And like on the other side, I'm going to leave a little bit. So these parts will be in shadows because I want to show that this is jutting forward. Okay, now I want to be careful because I want this to stay lighter because it's going to be catching the most light. I also want to give it dimension. And we'll give it texture too. And this one I needed kind of opposite. I gotta think about the light source and where shadows will be cast. Oh, and then his eyes. I'm doing the eyes the same color. Some guy out there going crazy. I don't know what he's doing, but he's saying, ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Alright. So to the apple green. But I'm not sure I want to go to these. These are pretty vibrant. I'm kind of liking these better for the next dark color. Block out the other ones and see what I think. Yeah, I'm going to try the G28 Ocean Green. Alright, here we go. Ooh, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, it's lovely. It's lovely. Yeah, this is the color that I imagine for his hair. When combined with the other colors, it looks just like my imagination. How I picture it. The reference image I'm working from is done in ink and colored pencil, so it's kind of hard to match the markers to it. But I also have known this character for so long that I kind of have my own idea. Doing this extra dark color back here helps further with that idea to get this hair to look like it's behind his body, but then also helps these bangs stand out from, because here these two colors are the same, but once I get this dark color only on the back hair, it'll stand out much more. I'm not filling in all the way though, this is just to give it texture and a little bit more depth. Can't get quite as small of lines as I'd like, but that's what I've got colored pencils for. So I use colored pencil as my final detailing media. though I use a totally different brand, like I don't think Copic has colored pencils, use Prismacolor colored pencils, their colors match pretty well with the markers. They always blend in really nicely. Yay. Okay, it's been a while. I want to check my stream one more time. Yeah, looks like it's still going good. Okay. Now I do want to use this on some of these other parts of the hair. Right here. Emphasis this shadowy. Emphasize the shadowy part. Emphasis it. Put emphasis on it, or simply emphasize. Now, I'm going to use it on this part just to give it a really shiny look. I heard a weird noise, and then I looked out my window and it was a squirrel. Got distracted. It was a weird noise. I was like, what the heck is out there? I don't know if it's the same squirrel, but I always see a squirrel every day in our yard. I like to think that it's the same squirrel and it lives here. At the very end, I'm going to add white ink to really show some highlights on here. But for now, I'm just going to stick to these lines with the marker. Look at this. I want his hair to look nice and shiny and lovely. How's that? Oh, I think it looks good. Alright, but I forgot about the eyebrows. Blast, my stomach is growling so much. So hungry. Oh. Use the lightest color to sort of blend these. There, good. Now his eye. His eyes. Look at it for a second. think that's good. I think I'm gonna not. Maybe I'll do one color darker for the pupils. Yep, I think that squirrel is making a crazy noise again. So opposite green is red. I'm not really seeing much darker green, so maybe I will do, but the red's so pigmented. Maybe I'll just do a gray with this green. Maybe I'll just use the same toner gray from the shorts. Oh goodness, yeah, that's dark. I don't know if you can even see the lines anymore on the camera. They're definitely still there, the ink lines. Okay. Have I missed anything with marker? Ah, the whites of his eyes. Let's see, what color did I use for her? I think I used cool gray. We'll start with cool gray 1. My stomach, it's so hungry. Cool gray 1, let's jump to cool gray 3. Let's go 1 darker, cool gray 5, just for right under his eyelashes. Stomach, stop it. You're gonna have to wait. I have to wait till I'm done. Okay, back to 1. Blend in a little bit. Hi, it's Trix. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, I think I am totally done with markers. So put my markers away. G12, 14, 28, R32, that's RB, R, there, RB34 and R37. E31, E33, E35. There, done with markers. I'll scoot those out of the way. Now it's colored pencil time. I love these tables I got because there's so much room. I can have my markers, my colored pencils, my streaming equipment, and all my other drawing stuff all in one space. So nice. Okay, what should I do first? Maybe I'll start with doing a purple, that thing I love doing. I take a purple colored pencil to make it extra, make the shadows colorful. Use a dark purple for these dark shadows. Yeah, it just livens it up. That's the only place I use that purple. A lighter purple. Not this one. I love it. I almost swiped it with my hand. Bad habit. Swiping it with my hand. Don't do it. I just love doing this purple. We'll do a darker purple inside the mouth. So, you gotta do it so light so it blends nicely. Blends nicely outwards. I think I probably need a darker purple for his hair. Oh, this one. Okay, now I need to add a little blush to his cheeks. That's another thing I love doing with my chibis. Helps bring some life into them. I'm not sure what kind of pinks will work good with his skin tone. Well, that's a good start. Blends really well. Blends really well with these markers. These color of markers. Yeah, I just like them to be so pink and cheerful, lively. Do a little tiny bit on his lip too. And on his tips of his arms, which would be hands. Maybe on his little knees. Ooh, maybe a little bit on some of his abs. Pecs. Let's bring him to life a little bit. Okay, that's a good start. But I like to go more pink. At least on the cheeks. Oh yeah, this color is great. It's just I like it. How's that? Looks really good. I think the only thing I'm missing is I also like to do the rim of the eyes. Also makes it more lifelike. Yay. What else? What else? Guess I could do a little gentle highlighting with the colored pencil white on areas like his skin. I wonder if I have a pencil that could blend a little bit. Oh, I hope this won't be too dark. Yeah, it might be a little too dark. Maybe this one? Okay, there we go. I'm going to soften up these shadows a little bit. At least on this side, because if the light's coming from this direction, it makes sense this would be a hard shadow because this is a hard line. But right here, it's just because his face is curving away, so it should be a little more gentle. Yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna get that little detail. Okay, I'm gonna use my blender pencil on his abs. They're looking a little too defined. He looks like he has stripy abs. I don't want that. No stripy abs. Little kitty hair on this colored pencil. Okay. Oh yes, let's do a little more detail in his eyes. I want to bring this dark color down, but my marker couldn't do it in a fine enough line. I'm going to use colored pencil to do it. Whew, gotta finish this soon. I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I'm not seeing it anymore. I've been looking at it for so long and I can't see it. Okay, I think I'm done with colored pencils. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit more. Didn't really do anything on this part of his head here. I don't want it to stand out for lack of being worked. Okay, better stop. White gel pen time. Should have 3 sizes. Small, medium, and large. So close to done. Use a large one first. Yeah. Defining these eye shinies better. Next, we best do its hair. I'm gonna use the smallest one for that. Thought it would show up more. This light green is really light. I'm gonna use the medium one to do a few like stray hairs. See, it'll do what I want. Yep. It's not liking to cooperate because there's so much wax from the colored pencil. Gosh, what's that? Oh, I'm coming into his tongue. Okay, I think I'm good with the white ink. I'm gonna do more fine little details with black ink. And that graphic one is what I was going to use to do an outline. Fine bold outline. So I'll do them on this too. Boop. That thing's in my way. There. How's that? I'll give it one more look over before I sign it. I think this is good, so I'm going to sign it and I'll be done. That's it for Chibi Friday this week. And my return to live streaming. If you want to potentially win a chibi like this for yourself, you just have to support me on Patreon for at least $5 a month. And right now, there's only one supporter, so you have a good chance of winning the Chibi of the month. And June is coming up pretty soon, so it's a perfect opportunity to get in there. There are other prizes and rewards too, but this is the one that I'll be doing most regularly because it's I suppose, the easiest to get. It's every single month, and almost any level of supporter can win it. So, thank you for watching my live stream today.